Hi, I'm Erica. Welcome to my channel. Do all that YouTube stuff down below and let's get going. So today we are going to do a full face using only E.L.F. products. E.L.F. is a super affordable brand, and that's actually how I got my start in like full glam makeup. Before about a year ago, I was pretty basic with my makeup. Still like my 90s girl kind of thing, foundation, powder, blush, mascara, out the door. So E.L.F. is a nice affordable brand, so I was able to be able to afford to try, bronzers and highlights and just start incorporating different aspects into my makeup, which then led me into more expensive products. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is use this E.L.F. Beauty Shield. This is one of their more expensive products, but I am going to be doing a video too here in the next couple weeks that is about E.L.F. skincare, because I really do enjoy a lot of their skincare products, and they usually like dupe newer kind of hyped skincare products. They have a glitter mask that I'm going to be reviewing, and their magnetic mask. So if you're interested in seeing that, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video when it comes out. So next we are going to do my brows, and we are going to use the E.L.F. Duo. This is a pomade and powder duo, and the E.L.F. pencil. And really, E.L.F. is where I got really introduced to brows, because before, I would put some powder in there and then like walk out the door. But my mirror, there it is. Yeah, but because E.L.F. has so many great brow products, I was able to try out different ones, figure out whether I like powders or sticks or whatever, and I've absolutely loved E.L.F. brow products, and I actually still do use them, alongside, my Benefit or whatever I'm using that day. Although lately I've really been loving the L'Oreal Brow Duo, which is very similar to the E.L.F. one. The formula is just a little bit better, a little bit thicker, more pigmented, I should say. More pigment. It is $14, but I did do a full review on it and how I use it, and that will be there. Obviously the E.L.F. one is a lot cheaper. The E.L.F. one is $4, the L'Oreal one is $14, but I don't remember exactly how much I paid for it. I bought it with a bunch of different things, but I just remember my entire total for everything I purchased coming down to like $11 at CVS. So it was a $14 product, and I probably paid maybe $8 for it. So always ways to save money, especially in drugstore, and that's what I love about drugstore makeup. So we're gonna go in next with the powder, and we're going to use my E.L.F. angle brush. I'm gonna try to use all E.L.F. brushes too. It's kind of not an option in some situations, but I have quite a few, so we should be pretty okay. And we're just going to fill in the outer and just pull that all the way to the back. Now these aren't going to be as dramatic as brows as I wear every day, and that's fine. It's Sunday. I'm going to go upstairs when I'm done here today, and I'm going to clean my living room, and I probably should go to the grocery store because we are out of food in this house. Last weekend was my daughter's birthday, and we just had this all-out extravaganza for her. She turned 4, and on Friday I took off of work and we went to Bellaboo's, which is this place near us that's run by our local Lake Michigan Parks Department kind of situation. And it's like this interactive place where kids can go and play with like kind of like a Discovery Zone situation for those of you that remember it, but not quite like that. There's like a water room they can play in, and it's just about kids and discovery and imagination. It's awesome. So that is it for my brows. I'm not hating them. I'm not angry at them. We're going to put on this. This is the E.L.F. Primer. I'm not 100% sure about this product. I just bought this. I've never used their primer before. It seems okay. I looked at the ingredient list, like compared to their concealer, because I am a concealer girl for my primers. I have been using the Maybelline Master Prime, and I'm almost out of it. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to repurchase it. It's worked fine, and who knows, maybe I'll go back to using concealers as a primer, and I'll realize, oh well, it was making a huge difference, and I'll go back and I'll repurchase it. But as of now, I just don't feel like it makes enough of a difference for me to do that. So I'm overdue. No, I'm not. I just bought a new concealer. I just bought the Catrice one. Yeah, I'm working through the two concealers I'm working through right now that aren't E.L.F. are the Catrice and the Julep. The Julep was working great, and then suddenly it just stopped working great. So, Tati's always going on about the liquid camouflage from Catrice. It's pretty good. I don't know if it's full coverage, but it's been working for me. So we are going to use the Mad for Matte. And I also tried to keep the products that I chose to things that you can buy in stores, because I know a lot of you, especially for you younger ones out there, you may not have access to a credit card. Your parents may not let you use one. And some of you like me, they just hate paying for things that have shipping. There we go. I opened this 30 seconds ago before I started the video, and it opened fine, and now it just didn't want to open. Okay, so we are going to be using just, this is not an E.L.F. brush, but we're just going to use this to set that primer. So anyways, back to my daughter's birthday weekend, we went to Bella Boo's, and then afterwards, well, actually before we went to Bella Boo's, we went to Build-A-Bear, and she got to make this like big rainbow lion thing that she's been toting around with her everywhere since. And so then we went to Bella Boo's, and then afterwards we had a pizza party dinner with her grandparents and her aunts and uncles and extended aunts and uncles. We have a lot of friends that we tell her, oh, this is your uncle, this is your aunt. So then the next morning we got up and we went to ballet. All right, I'm just gonna use this little round brush. I am going to use all the brushes I'm going to use that aren't E.L.F. are still drugstore. So this one was Walgreens brand. So we're going to go in with a nice transition color, and we're going to use that there. So Saturday morning we got up and we went to ballet, because we have ballet every Saturday morning. And after ballet, I begged her to take a nap, and she just absolutely wouldn't do it. And so we went to McDonald's for lunch, because McDonald's is her absolute favorite. And then we went and got on the train and headed up to Chicago, and we surprised her with a trip to Paw Patrol Live, and I think it almost killed her. She was, we didn't tell her where we were taking her because we knew that she would just like freak out. And we would hear nothing but, is it time to go yet? Is it time to go yet? And it actually ended up being a good decision, because when we started getting close to the theater, she started seeing all these kids with like Paw Patrol stuff, and she got super jealous and super quiet. So when we got outside the theater, I told her, we're going to go inside and we're going to see Paw Patrol. And she got so quiet, and like she almost cried. And she's like, I want to go now. I want to go now. And I'm like, honey, we got to wait for the theater doors to open. And, she just wasn't having it at all. It was pretty adorable, actually. So we're going to do the lids next, and we'll just use a nice pink shade. Do a nice neutral eye because it's a pretty neutral palette. And we're going to use a round brush. So theater doors finally opened, but the theater itself didn't open. So we grabbed her some popcorn and we were hanging out. We had already got her like a souvenir because she had seen kids already walking around with souvenirs. So she was freaking out about that. And, you know, we were sitting around waiting for them to open the actual theater doors, and she started freaking out, like, we're gonna miss the show, we're gonna miss the show. Like, no, honey, the doors aren't even open yet, we're fine. And then when we got into our seats, I had bought my seats on Groupon Plus, so I didn't get to choose where we sat. So we were up in the nosebleeds, which is fine. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit better because if you're not familiar with Paw Patrol Live, it's people in the suits, but they're like popping out of the top because obviously dogs are short and, you know, people are tall. So it kind of helped with the illusion, you know, being that far back. You know, the people, you didn't notice the people in the suits as much, I think, as if you were sitting in the front. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. Next year, we're talking about if she's still into Paw Patrol, going all out and getting like seats in the VIP section and doing the meet and greet before. I don't know. We'll see though. All right. So then we're going to go in with the crease color, and we're just going to go all the way down to this black. So after Paw Patrol, she was just over the moon. We went to dinner afterwards at Elephant Castle. Elephant and Castle, I should say, or Elephant, Castle and Elephant? No, Elephant and Castle. It was really nice, you know, especially after Paw Patrol and all those screaming children. You know, I had made reservations, so we had a table ready for us right next to the fireplace. It was awesome. Had some poutine. And then we caught a late train back, and so Sunday morning, I was exhausted, and we laid in bed most of the morning, just hanging out, which was really nice. And then we took her ice skating. She loved ice skating, so now that's her new thing. She wants to go ice skating. So we had a crazy weekend last weekend, and then, you know, I work, you know, Monday through Friday, and all week I was just so unmotivated to do anything. All I wanted to do was a nap every day. I was like, I just came home from work. I'm just like, I'm not hungry. Just something, you know. So we didn't get to the grocery store all week. And yeah, that was my last weekend. It was amazing. She had the time of her life. So eyeshadow is done, looking pretty good. So we're gonna move on to face. Now keep in mind, I already put on my beauty shield that is all dried up and ready to go. Now I'm going to use the E.L.F. Poreless Primer. I don't use E.L.F. primers so much anymore. They used to be my go-to. And when I picked that one up the other day, it was $6. And I remember them being $5. Like, maybe I'm crazy, but I remember them being $5. But my go-to nowadays is the Ordinaries. And it's available on Sephora online, so if you have flash shipping, it's only $4.90, which is not bad, and I personally think it just works a little bit better. But, you know, if you don't have flash shipping from Sephora, you know, you're going to end up paying more for it, and then this is absolutely fine if you're looking for an affordable primer. So, I've tried their foundation before, and it works fine. I've got no immediate complaints about it. Except for finding my actual like tone. Like I just couldn't do it. I ended up having to mix colors together, and the other day when I went to the store to pick up a new one, because I did use up both bottles, you know, combined into one bottle, because I remember them saying that they came out with another they're honking, some more colors. So I wasn't sure if it was before or after I purchased the last one, so I went to see, and they didn't have anything pale enough for me. So I just found this. It's the E.L.F. BB cream. I've tried their serum before, and I wasn't like in love with it. So, you know, if I'm just running out of the house for a few minutes, you know, down to the gas station or something, I will throw it on just so I have something to, you know, look like I tried. but I just thought, let's give this a try. It's a BB cream, so, if the color isn't a perfect match, it should still look okay. And obviously, this is actually still drugstore. This is not a real Artiste brush. It's called JPNK. I got it on Amazon. I got it in a whole set, and I think the whole set was like $12. So no complaints. I do enjoy this brush. And a few of the other ones from the set I do use every day, because I don't use this every day. I prefer brushes for thinner products, because if you're using a sponge for thinner products, it's just going to soak it all right up. So things like BB creams, or like if you're just using like NYX control drops, I mix it with something else to make it thicker, but I still use I use a brush and I use a sponge, and it just depends on my feeling that day. And the type of coverage I feel like I need that day. But I never use sponges for thinner formulas, because the sponge will just suck it all right up. All right. Not loving the coverage on this, but I'm not hating it, and it feels comfortable. It's got a bit of a smell to it, but I'm not unhappy. So, we're gonna go in next with the concealer, and I don't think that this is gonna be pale enough for my skin. It looks like about the same. I mean, it's covering, but it's just not. It's like the exact same skin tone. And your concealer should always be a little bit lighter, especially for the ones under your eyes, to brighten up your under eyes. So, and we're just gonna dab that in with my finger. Best tool you own is your finger. Alright. So this weekend I was planning on having all 3 of my videos for this week filmed by Sunday night, which is today. And that so far has not happened. It's just been another kind of weekend. Yesterday, I mean, I literally didn't do anything. I took her to ballet, and then we came home, and I, just the whole last week just caught up with me. And I sat down on the couch and I binged through Gallivant. It was the show on ABC. If you're not familiar with it, it's available on Netflix. It's like a musical kind of. I don't know. It's knights and princesses and all that stuff, but it's hilarious. It kind of reminds me of Spamalot. So if you're into that kind of thing, Gallivant is amazing. There's only 2 seasons, and both of them are available on Netflix. So we're gonna dust this under my eye. This is the E.L.F. HD powder, and we're just gonna use this to set that, and it's probably not going to brighten it up anymore, because this is very translucent powder. It's not even going to really bake, so we'll just wipe this under my eye to set that and leave it at that. But I just could not get motivated yesterday. I was just so tired. But, a day of rest is good, and then I'm going to go upstairs, I'm going to clean, we're going to go to the grocery store, I'll probably come home and film another video, and I'll have all the energy in the world, because I just took a day for myself. So next we are going to do bronzer, and is this my bronzer? Yep, Turks and Caicos. I think we're going to stick to this side today. Yeah, that'll be fine. I'm so pale right now. These Chicago winters, I swear, they just seem like they go on and on forever. Basically the day after Christmas, everyone around here is like, yep, we're done. Okay, let's move on. Christmas is over. Cold weather's done, right? And no, we got months and months and months of it still ahead. we've had really bad flooding problems here because a few weeks ago we got dumped with 1.5 feet of snow in about 2 days. And then the very next week, maybe 5 days later, we got a rainstorm that came through that dumped another like 4 to 6 inches of rain on us. But then all that rain melted all that snow, and we have been flooded out for days. The road right by my house that connects to the expressway, we had to shut that. They shut that down for days. Let's see, they shut that down Monday, and I got a text message Thursday night that it was finally reopened. It was ridiculous. Right. Contour, and then we'll do my nose. And this is another one from that, my bronzer brush is an E.L.F. brush, and we're going to use that another one of those JP and Ks for my nose contour. I'm not really loving how this bronzer is blending. I mean, I used to use this all the time, but I'm just so used to nicer bronzers now. And even still at drugstore, the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer that everybody talks about, yes, that product is an absolute godsend. I absolutely love it. And right now I have $6 in extra cash at CVS, plus a $3 off coupon for any Physicians Formula product. So that's $9 in free cash from CVS, which will make the Physicians Formula bronzer like $3. So $3 bronzer versus $4 bronzer. $4 bronzer works better, and it'll last me forever because I'm not quite empty yet on my other Physicians Formula bronzer, but I'm like beyond pan. That is for sure. I maybe have like another month or two with it before it finally just falls apart, and I'd rather buy it now for $3 than buy it later for $12. So next, where did we leave off? Oh, blush. So, okay. So we are going to go in with the E.L.F. Blush palette, and we're going to use, we'll use the nice bright color down here in the corner. And again, not an E.L.F. brush, but it was a drugstore brush. Blend. It's a little patchy, but we will make it work. And I think that's one thing I really, really appreciated about, starting this whole makeup journey with E.L.F. was that because the products aren't perfect, I mean, they're good, but they're not perfect. They don't blend out easily as higher end products. They might look the same. You can definitely get them to look the same if you put the work into them. But because I had to learn to blend the way I have, it has made my high-end makeup look even better. Because I didn't just start with high-end makeup, put it on, saw it worked out, and just move on. So I guess what I'm saying is I just really attribute E.L.F. to where I learned my blending skills. That, and I'm sure that 2 years of fine art with focus on oil painting, I'm sure that has some sort of contributing factor here, but just learning to blend well is the key to any good makeup. Okay. See how it looks on the monitor. I got another mirror, monitor, mirror. Okay. So blush is done. We're going to go in with our highlight. And for our highlight, we are going to use the Pink Diamonds from E.L.F. People were raving about this for a while, and some people were like, oh my god, it's awful, it doesn't work. It's a baked highlighter, which I just really don't understand the whole baked thing to begin with, but some people love it. But I broke mine. nicely broken, so it works just fine because that's what everyone said you had to do to make it work. Like, break it. Yeah, just, and it will work fine. I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. It should just work. But but like I said, if you're on a budget, you know, if you're a kid watching this and, you know, your mom and dad just won't, you know, let you spend a whole lot of money on makeup, these work absolutely fine. See, look at that. It's okay, Harley. She misses me. So this is another drugstore brush, but I am using kind of more of a packing brush for putting on this highlight to get it to my level of bling. And then we'll take a little and put it on the high points of our brows. And that is a tip that I give you in my basic eyeshadow tutorial, which is here. And yeah, that looks good. So next we're going to do eyeliner. And I bought this one. I've never tried this one before, but I've tried like their inky ones and their like felt top ones, and I never really liked any of those. Their pencils are okay. So I saw this. I hadn't tried it before, and it's called Shadow and Liner. One side is the smoke color and the other side is black. So this one's like a gray kind of thick pencil. And actually I really like that. It goes on really smooth. Alright, and then put the let's do the liner. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Sorry, I had to get quiet. I can't talk when I do liner. So, yeah, liner is absolutely good. We're going to spray my face real quick. I never set my face before I do my mascara, because otherwise your mascara will bleed. Simple enough. Don't put water on your mascara, waterproof or not. And we'll just fan that down to dry that off, which another good tip, it will help your makeup stay in place all day. I even did this when I did like my Halloween makeup. My entire family went as different members of the Paw Patrol for my daughter. And we were out in the rain, in the cold, in the snow. I mean, it literally rained and snowed. And we had like this wind come through that like knocked these poor kids off their feet. The other day we went to my stepdad's so he could see her in her costume. And my brother's girlfriend was there. And, you know, we were telling about how bad the weather was. And she goes, but your makeup still looks really good. If you go on Instagram, you can find a picture of all of us dressed up as the Paw Patrol and, you know, what I had done. But yeah, I mean, it makes it stay in place, that's for sure. Now, I have an E.L.F. eyelash curler, but I don't like it. It's way too big for my eyes, and I think it's like only $1 or $2. But I just don't like it. I know I don't like it, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to use my regular eyelash curler from Birchbox. I used to think that, you know, an eyelash curler was an eyelash curler, but that is just not the case. And you need to find the one that works best for you and your eye shape. I think it's Tweezerman. They actually make a line of eyelash curlers now designed for different eye shapes. But you can actually find this particular design in a couple different varieties. But I found that, you know, I used to like pinch my eyelids when I was doing my brow or curling my eyelashes. I've never had that happen with this particular one, and it's because the shape is the right shape for my eyes. So if you're ever getting pinched or scared of your eyelash curler, you're using the wrong eyelash curler. So last up, we go in with E.L.F. Waterproof Lengthening Mascara, and let us, don't ever pump your mascara. And let's see what this does. Absolutely nothing. Oh Like, I guess in the monitor it looks a little bit. It's nice and scooted up and I guess it does a little something. Very little. Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, you can get such good deals on drugstore makeup. This is, even for $4, I wouldn't recommend this. Wait till something goes on sale. The Essence one, I haven't tried that one, but everybody raves about it. That one's like $4 or $5. I just want to see something real quick. Were any of you going to tell me I still had the sticker on the back of my hand? My daughter loves to go around and give out stickers. In her dance class, they get stickers at the end of class. And her teacher, I guess, says, whichever one you get, don't throw a fit. So my daughter likes to go around our house and put stickers on her hands and say, whatever you get, don't throw a fit. Yeah, that is just so dry. I mean, this is brand new. I just bought this. So I don't know, maybe I bought a bad one, but I've never really heard great reviews of the E.L.F. mascara, so I wasn't expecting much. But like I said, yeah, there's way better drugstore mascaras, and even the ones that are like $12, $13, wait for them to go on sale, find your coupons, sign up for your drugstore's, rewards programs, and you can get them for any makeup for dirt cheap. So that is all I have for you today. Final thought on my look today, I like it. It's a little more simplistic than, my day-to-day work makeup. Oh, lipstick. Let's put on some lipstick. That'll help pull some of this together. This is the E.L.F. Pencil that I got from Dollar Tree. And I already talked about in my lipstick collection video that you can find there that I already enjoyed this formula. This was literally $1, and it even has a little sharpener at the bottom. And I get compliments whenever I wear this. People ask, oh, what is that on your lips? I love that. So, like I said, I got this at Dollar Tree. Absolute love. So, yeah, I'm enjoying. I like it. I'm good. I'm happy. I don't know how this is gonna wear through the day, but I will leave it down in the description box how I felt at the end of the day wearing